So during that time of that pause, and we're going back to, this is the 11th of September 2023. So this is before the write-up I just read. And this one's called Delicate Black Rose. It says, silent black rose, would never guess they were anything less by the way they spoke, by the way they dress. But just suppose from head to toes how far love and protection goes. Just suppose we flow where energy goes. Watch the delicate black rose grow despite the friends and the foes. With love, nurture, guidance and protection. Watch and see the little black rose grow. Stronger than ever downstream through the river. Never even a shiver, not cold, not even bitter. Through the storms, I will forgive her. But first cut and prune with a razor, not a scissor. Clean cut, clean goodbye. As I glow and grow and go, the Most High flows. I shade to my inner black rose, unknown as to where this journey goes. Only time tells, always shows, the true from the foes. Where love flows, it will grow. Ashe. Time is a healer and time is a revealer. One thing showed me that was Corona. Was definitely a time of exposure. System thought they were clever, but never. Say never. There's no error. When you're a thriving black rose, just suppose. Never say never. What's meant to be will come together. Regardless the season or the weather. No pressure. But you just know when you find the treasure, it's forever. Delicate black rose, just suppose. Time froze. What would you disclose? What would you propose? Ready to be nurtured and let go of the hoes and the foes? Dig rows, plant seeds that grows? You too are a delicate black rose. Just suppose you picked up your crown and rose from the ground. My delicate black rose, just suppose time froze. Those who feels it surely knows. Even down to the birds, especially the eagles and the crows. Be wise like the owl, deep down you know how. If in doubt, like the lone wolf, just how? Just be humble and turn that frown. You're a product of the Most High, wear your crown. Favored and honored, remember your vow. Only you know your mission, the Most High knows how. Follow your dreams, don't follow the crowd. In that energy it can get real loud, profound. Even in the midst of noise, let there be no sound of confusion, illusion, conclusion, evolution. Don't let it be a retribution in vain. That would be a shame. Play the system at its own game. Different rules, same game. All of that, and I don't even know your name. But I know we see eye to eye, one of the same. It may be at distance, car, motorbike, train, even a plane. But just suppose this was really a twin flame. Shit, it's a damn shame. Another one, as I was reading that, so I'm just going to continue to read poetry here. So as I was reading that, this one came to mind. False identity, a case of mistaken identity. 20 years being locked down in a shell. What a hell. Sting like bees, firm like the trees. It's the inner beast inner me. Emotions can get sky high, with no blight. Never ask why. After I try and I try, God counts the tears when I cry and I cry. Worse than Rocky and Creed, neglected my inner mustard seed. Left black rose alone to surrender, stagnated and hindered. Overcome and succeeded. No wonder why she never took heed. Down to the plantation and the foundation of the inner mustard seed. Fiery and feisty like Ali and Creed. When I feed, they plead. Should have left me to asleep. I was freed when I fleed. Now you see all three sides of me. This is life, energy. Not about you or me, but balance of consciousness and stability. About creation of an unbalanced foundation. Wild imagination. Half the time swear I had no fear. In all kinds of dimensions. So when I talk about soul recognitions, I see you before you see me. Well, free. Or was it when I was free? Going back to the inner child within me. Just when my inner beast woke from a sleep, I can get real deep, but it's a holy. Let's not even talk about the mistreat over a tree. Hardly ever got to retreat. Would never join a church, a cult or an elite. That's for the streets. Since 15 I've stood on my own 2 feet. I hate to constantly repeat. I move to the beat of my energy, the beast in me. Only the Most High can humble me. 1, 2, 3. Go down on my knees, ask for forgiveness. I just want to be free from those who choose to close their eyes from the nest, far from doing their best. Talking about my many frenemies. That means friends and family could well be my enemies. Bad energy. I was at the bottom of the row. I could have been in the UK cells, USA penitentiary. Worse, could have been in a cemetery. Have to give thanks and glory to the Father God Almighty, always protecting and guiding, listening, never ignoring my calling. Always caught me from falling, stopped a sleepy lioness from roaring. I adore him. End of story. Guided up to this one. Just seen another one. This one's about taking your spiritual counsel to trial. Like your soul team, your soul tribe, or those who should have been a guided light, I want to say, to you, but chose to take advantage rather than, you know. Those are the calmest energies that the Most High and your ancestors needed you to starve your energy from. So I wrote this on the 14th of February 2024. You brought your spiritual counsel to trial. You requested to reopen the file. Something's going on and it seems kind of vile. They tried to walk in my shoes and they couldn't even stand a mile. They're corrupt and living in denial. Could only last a while. Bad mind, unclean hands, false interpretation of my art, with a dirty heart, wicked smile. What a crime. Now they have to pay the time. Patience is a virtue. What you pour out will come back to you. That's true. When none of us have a clue. Maybe simple as a flu. Look good. Could be a whole crew. A time after they flew. Who knew? Some of these souls are in spiritual zoo, with no clue how to make things right. With this indict, all they know to do is bitch, fuss and fight. Something about that ain't quite right. But hold tight. On this spiritual journey, this spiritual fight, these energies are riddled with envy and spite. A star shining bright, everything's gonna be alright. Stand firm, upright, be polite, don't fight. Fire with fire, despite the pressure. Wrong is wrong, make sure you stay right. Things are not black and white. Whole and meds continue to pray and write. These energies are contrite. These energies are contrite. They had many warnings, day and night. So during these times, I knew that there was some form of perception that needed to be looked into. At least it needed to be looked into deeper. There was a lot of reference throughout my poetry of water, emotions, the subconscious, you know? So I allowed myself to fall into the energy. Because where there's darkness, there's always light. So now I'm going to fast forward to when I came back after the year's break of doing recordings on YouTube, not written messages, because I was still doing those through Facebook and YouTube. But when I came back to doing recordings, I realized that there was an energy that was still lurking, an energy that was trying to consume the messages and make the messages all about them. You know, it was an energy of wanting to be, I'm hearing, stuck in the mud, but stuck in the past. When I'm hearing right now, but I already dealt with that. Somebody has already dealt with that, but for some reason, these energies that's trying to keep you bounded don't want to see you moving forward, you know? I'm hearing enough is enough, but enough is enough. So anyway, I done those messages and I was ready to come back in again around the 10th of April. But as I did that, I had a vision. And the vision I saw was this. Quick vision that was. It brought me straight into poetry, a poetry that I haven't yet posted. But it says, you made the best of the situation. You put all you knew or you know into practice, into motion with no fear. Is why the experience didn't feel scary. It felt friendly, it felt familiar. There was no threat, you know? Looking forwards to what's coming next. So many lessons learned at the bottom of the well, the bottom of the sea, lake or ocean. Don't want to talk about it, but you know about it. You know what they did. And let's just leave it there. You know what they did. But in all that they did, in the darkness, there's light. Always at the end of that cycle, that timeline, that tunnel. In this case, that lake, that river, that ocean where they left you to drown. I saw 11:01 on the clock as I said that. They left you to drown. These enemies, these karmics will speak out on themselves when left and just observed. Your enemies will speak out on themselves in alignment with the messages and the guidance that you're getting from your Most High, your angels and your ancestors. I was picking up here at this particular time on the 10th of the 4th, 24, the energy of Daniel and the den, Jonah and the well. But you can breathe. You just inhaled and stayed for more longer than you should have, is the kind of energy I was trying to get to here. Then I was picking up on some numerology. 787871714949, so mirroring energies. 3023, they are being ruled and schooled, is what I wrote here. So this is just me just bullet pointing. And then I got 632, who feels it knows. This is when I changed the oracle, my name on my channel. You may have shimmered through these places before, through thoughts and movies, music, pictures, sightings, all in hopes of triggering a memory of a time, an energy of time traveling, an energy of feeling. The only way I can explain it is of jet lag. Like you've gone away and the timing has been changed, and now you've come back to your actual reality, which is home, and it just feels different. Like the days just don't feel like the days, or the time just don't feel like it's that time. It's that time of, rah, is it that time already? Kind of an energy. It's a feeling of being in between worlds, deep in the deep, blue sea, where you see all three sides to me, going back to the poetry. Whilst in this reality, there, here, and everywhere, there's a need to use discernment and integrity. As I pull cards, and I feel like it's going to be a separate message, but as I pull cards and any messages that you listen to, I was going to say throughout my channel, but on any channel, you need to use discernment, you know? It's the power of the tarot. Integrity, complete honesty of self, and be honest with self. Inner stand. This realm, as we know it to be, keeps you from discovering your true I am. It tries to keep you in fear of the world that we're living in, and of who you are, and you're part of the world, not of it. So you're in it, not of it. You're just a visitor. Home is home, however that may resonate for you. Then I kind of wrote about an image that I saw going back to last year, June. And again, it was a quick flash of eyes that I recognized, but it's very much to do with all that's gone through. So that image that I drew, it's not being the only image that I drew. That image that I showed of the mermaid, it gets deeper. It gets real deeper. I saw more. I heard more. When I saw this part of the image with more, it was the screeching for me. It wasn't that luring in energy like what we may say mermaids would do to lure in the masculine energy into the sea. it was a more of a screech. In the energy I was in within the vision, it was a screech of get back. When I looked, because I saw this vision bird's eye view, so when I looked, what this energy was saying get back to was this energy. This energy had the body of a crow or an eagle. It was a large bird, but it had a face almost of a man. It didn't make sense to me at the time, but this energy was dropping something. At the time I was picking up energies because it was like a glow. So if you imagine cartoons, it was like a glow, which you might think it was fairies. But I saw flies, I saw fairies. I saw a lot of smoke and no fire. I saw bad intentions being dropped down with also a sound of a screech. It was like a screech against a screech, you know? As I hear that bird in the background. Some more images were coming, so more images were coming. Some more, there was just writings after writings after writings. But to go all into it now is too much. I guess it will come through as I pull cards. But again, these are messages of perception. It's an energy of allowing your enemies to know their place, first of all, and know that they can't consume you. Anything they've done is taught you how to move through. I'm hearing how to move through the shade, how to move through the darkness, that middleman, that grey area, you know? In my case, I tapped into more of my gift, because I would have gone back to say, as I was doing my research, after seeing that illustration, the vision, and drawing the image of the mermaid, I started to do research because I knew nothing about mermaids really, you know. I still don't really know. They say the more you think you know is the less you know. But one thing I found out was whosoever these people was that was trying to bind you to the sea or to the ocean, to the marine spirits, they didn't do their research. It's an energy, if you're not contracted to through destiny, then it's an energy that you can't take on, you know. They can't sell your destiny. Trying to get the words out. The energy I also picked up within that vision was friends in higher places, or spirits in higher places, or ancestors in higher places. So when they did what they did, they didn't realize they were throwing you to an energy that you knew, or who knew you in higher places. It's an energy of, if you do good for others, you're remembered. The slightest little thing. It's like walking past somebody who's homeless on the road and giving them your last. They don't know it's your last, but there's an appreciation that's never to be forgotten. So that mermaid that caught that one hand catch and into the sea, the lake or the ocean, going back right to the beginning of this message, the illustration, the picture that I drew was of an island and your energy on that island. And it's almost an energy, it almost feels like an energy of survival. First of all, you was taken away from what was set against you, the ill intention that was set against you, and placed into a spiritual isolation, spiritual safety. Could be a year, could be 2 years. Going back to the channeled messages that I've been getting, this can be up to 3 to 22 year cycle that is now about to close. A scripture that came to me yesterday was Daniel 12, but it was the very last scripture from Daniel 12. As I go back to it, and this is numerology now for me. So Daniel 12, it reads, but go through thou way till the end. Before thou shalt rest and stand in thou lot at the end of the days. But that's not the part that caught me. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that waiteth, and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. But go thou, and thou till the end. I read that part already, but it's the numerology for me, so I'm going to kind of stop it there. It's the numerology for me. It was the whole scripture, Daniel 12, 1 to the end. But that totals up to, I'm going to go back into my notes. So that totals up to 1,290 days, almost 4 years. 3 years, 0.534 to be exact. Or it can go up to, it could be extended up to 1,305 days. 3 years, 0.57 to be exact. I was getting numerology at this time as well. 23, 20, 17, 13, 19, 8, 5, 1, 6 and 15. I was getting the energy at this time of first wave, second wave, third wave. And then I done the numerology, which is 10. This is an ending to some kind of cycle or some kind of entrapment. Again, like I said, these enemies will speak out on themselves. I'm going back to some of my poetry, and I was picking up on energies of being frozen, of being sent out to drown in the sea, left isolated, abandoned, neglected. All of these cycles are come to an end. However long this has been going on for you for. I'm hearing they're not going to get away with it. That saying again, when it says with great power comes with great responsibility. But at the same time, I was hearing with great power comes great changes. It's down to your perception. Water plus fire equals smoke, air, purification and replenish. It's like reflection, change of perception. I'm reading what I wrote here. Strengthen your connection. This is as deep as the big blue sea. And at 10:02, 2 sides to a coin. What side are you on? And at the time I was trying to write Chiron, healing. But Chion is what I wrote. And I thought that's not how you spell it. So when I looked up this word, there's actually a mix of 2 breeds. Papillinian, I believe it says, and a chi something else. But if you look up this word, Chion, it's a mixed breed of 2 breeds of dogs. And when I saw these 2 words that I can't pronounce, so they're 2 different breeds of dogs, instantly I saw Babylon and Chi. I saw the numerology instantly. 8 plus 7, 15, break it down to a 6. Balance is being restored. You've made it to shore, is what I'm hearing right now. In Spanish, this means crybaby. Switzerland, there's something about the east end of the lake. Louisiana, something about wine. Something about the southeast. There could be a need or a want to learn another language. French or Spanish may be significant in regards to all of these energies, or this could be where the location was, where these people went to and thought that they were doing something. I'm hearing funny, not funny. I want to pull some cards. This deck is screaming at me. It's been screaming at me since prior to recording. This is my inner child deck. That's the message from the inner child. Pace yourself. Slow down. Inspiration. again, there's something about French here. See the Statue of Liberty in the background. I'm also seeing the I'm seeing the inspiration. I'm hearing interpretation, but it's that kind of a reflection energy. But something's melting. Something may be melting, and I'm going back to the energy of a message I did some time ago, a couple of years ago, and Glenda is the name was coming through to me, that message, but I just keep hearing I'm melting. Silent Night, bottom of the deck. Someone feels sorrow right now. Someone feels like something isn't going their way. Because you persevered through the games. You pasted yourself through the games. Somebody tried to set you up for something that they wasn't even willing to go through themselves. I'm hearing who's the true inspiration now, is what I'm actually hearing. I'm hearing, but this is no competition, but somebody saw this as a game. I'm hearing some back and forward communication right now. I'm hearing debates. But the card I wanna try and go in order, because originally when I sat down, this was meant to be a calling in all stars, but it's like there's an energy that's trying to take you off track. So pace yourself. I'm hearing stick to the plan. That could be you, or that could be what? Those who's working against you. This is Libra's energy that wanted to fall in the reverse just now. So we're calling in all Libras. Calling in all Pisces. Calling in all Sagittariuses. Calling in all Capricorns. Calling in all Geminis. And I notice each and every card wants to hit and knock over this card, the Empress. I've been channeling this card for the last 3 days. I saw it in my mind's eye when I was doing some work. So I got the card. It took me a while to find the energy, find this card in particular. I couldn't remember which deck it was, but I just kept on seeing this image. This is giving me, when I saw this image, it was giving me the energy of that alpha female. It was giving me the energy of an Empress that's just tired, an Empress that's not been able to sit within her Empress energy. You know, this is an energy of an Empress that I was picking up on, that was more within the masculine energy than within the feminine energy. There needed to be a balance that needed to be had. And I feel like a lot of that vision that was had over the year in regards to being in isolation on that island, being rescued, being put into some form of spiritual isolation, protection from those that were trying to fight against you, was in order for you to rest and rejuvenate and pace yourself and slow down in order to get back in touch with your feminine energy for what's about to come. So let's see, in regards to the energies that you may be dealing with, Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius, Capricorn. And for some reason I feel like this is your energy. Whatever's about to come through now is your energy. This is the energies that you've been dealing with. Their true identity are being revealed. Sagittarius can be at the heart of this situation. I'm seeing another message that I did almost a year ago, just before I took the pause off of YouTube, and it was, they want you to shut up, but who's sitting at the center? Slow down. When you slow down, you may just see something more clearly, you know. It may not be who you think it was. It may not be who you think it was. But all for one and one for all, you know. Everything is connected. Middleman, grey area, Leo energy. Something is about to be illuminated. either to you already or possibly even through this message. I'm feeling disappointment in some form. It could be some kind of legal situation, but I'm feeling some kind of disappointment as I'm shuffling. This is definitely feeling like cross-watcher energy. It's like an energy of yeah, cross-watcher energy. Tell me more about this energy for the sign of Libra. And we've got truth, water and salt. Card number 44. I wanted to call for the sign of Pisces, the sight. For the sign of Sagittarius. What didn't make sense in the beginning will make sense in the end, you know? It's that kind of an energy. Tell me more about the energy of Sagittarius in regards to this message for those who needed to hear it the most at this time. This is where the healing needs to be begun. The princess who never smiled. Tell me more about the energy of Capricorn in the reverse. And we've got the theft, the goose girl. Card number 15 is giving me devil energy, especially as it's clarifying Capricorn energy. Let's get a card. I'm guided to look at the memory, guided to look at the bottom of the deck, and it's memory in the reverse. Message for the sign of Gemini. Ambition, the tinder box soldier. Let's get a message for the sign of Aries. And we've got brother or sister transformation. Bluebird, taboos. It's almost bringing me back to the image that I drew. I just heard statements. Too much to read through is the energy I just heard. Too much statements to read through. So let's get an overall message in regards to this energy. I'm saying overall message. Let's get a message for the sign of Libra. Card number 32. Card number 4. I'm trying to make sense of the names as well. For the sign of Sagittarius. A mermaid with healing power, so that's double confirmation of healing energy here. For the sign of Sagittarius, for the sign of Capricorn. Seascape. And again, it's that energy or something being trapped in a bottle. I've been seeing this in my mind's eyes, just constantly. For the sign of Gemini. I'm picking up the energy of the snatched souls, the soul souls, the sacrifice souls. Tell me more about the energy of Gemini. Got 2 cards here. jeweled octopus. Some of these names I can't read and I don't want to butcher them, but it's the numerology for me. This is card number 7, card number 17. Card number 17 for me feels so significant. Reason being is because I was channeling Ursula from the Little Mermaid. It's like you was rescued from that energy way before this Ursula knew you touched water, you touched ground, you know? That kind of an energy is what I've been picking up on for around a month now in regards to this energy and that vision that I drew. Bottom of the deck. Standard. Let's get a card for the sign of Aries in regards to this energy. Seashell Princess. Mermaid with a black sea serpent. Mermaid with a black sea serpent. And this jeweled octopus, no coincidence, is connected to the energy of the Tinderbox. The Tinderbox was a series that I did on my first channel, Empress Earth Wisdom 1111, and it was in regards to a masculine energy. I don't want to say the DM. It was a masculine energy that had been lured. Now I want to say by this octopus's energy, by the things that this octopus energy could have provided, the materialistics of the world, you know. They saw them as an inspiration, but they were false. They were actually taking liberties. They wasn't actually the Statue of Liberty. This person, they could be connected to some kind of to the French. They could be French, I want to say. There was a false persona that was put out over this the person who you may have been dealing with in regards to this karmic energy. They may have been dealing with a karmic Gemini energy. I feel there's a connection there. But this stems back. Sometimes you have to go back in order to come forward. This stems back, and truth is going to be told of how you actually got your legs. I was speaking earlier, and this is not the first time I've had to record this. I had to re-record, stop and re-record, so I don't remember whether I've said it in this recording or one that I've edited. I'm hearing right now, this is how you got your legs. This is how you got your legs. I said that you may not have been destined to the sea. You may not have been destined to the marine's life within the sea. You know, I don't really know much. I'm still learning, but I'm just going to say it like that for the sake of this message. But somebody's needing to tell the truth in regards to a sacrifice that they made, and I want to say to the mermaids or to the sea. Or how they got their legs. Sea monsters. And there's that bottle again. I'm hoping this message is coming out clearly. Hammond Dried Lake. I believe that says Hammond Dried Lake. So that's HAMADRYAD Lake. For some reason, I feel like that may be very relevant. It may actually be a lake. An alien emerges. Mermaid with healing flowers. and something seascape. So anyway, let's see. Let's get a card for the sign of this card number 32 in regards to this Libra energy. It fell in the reverse, but it says planetary shift. For the sign of Pisces in regards to this, an alien emerges, clarifying this fairy ointment, the sight. So this is a story of somebody whose sight was taken from them. And again, this is planetary shifts, card number 22. When somebody only tried to do goodness for somebody, and what they did they took their sight because they couldn't believe that you saw through them. Tell me more about this energy. Oh, that's what they thought they did. They thought they took your sight because you can't take what don't belong to you, you know. Tell me more about this energy for the sign of Pisces. Golden treasure, card number 12. So that's 2212 is what I'm seeing here with the numerology. This is for Sagittarius. Life forces. Whatever happens, things in life is going to propel you to move to where it is that you're needing to move to. Some people, I was going to say folks, some people feel that they can manipulate how this life force moves for you. But in all things, it's only going to bring healing, realization, awarenesses. For those who's also needing to take accountability, ask for forgiveness for a stolen treasure. That snatched soul energy is what I was picking up on. Tell me more about this energy for the sign of Capricorn in regards to this theft. What they set for you has now been done to them, you know. They may have set for you to be stolen from, and instead they were stolen from. Magnetism. That's an attraction. Somebody was attracted to something. It's like that magpie bird when you're attracted to shiny things, you know. And there's no coincidence that the jeweled octopus is right behind that. So let's see a message for the sign of Aries. It's gone directly on the Aries card, and it's in the reverse. It says the visionary. It's what I get the feeling of somebody didn't see this coming. Somebody can't even fathom what it is that you can even see that's coming towards them. But I'm going to put it in the upright because I feel like somebody's about to see what you see in real time. Bottom of the deck, and again it's in the reverse, energetic shield. There's no protection around this. There's no somebody's luck has run out is what I'm hearing. And for those who I feel may understand, somebody's free paper is burned out.